we ask you, and it is our right to ask you, for you are scholars of Islam, you are the ulama. What is the explanation in the Quran for these phenomena? We say this is our explanation, that this is the work of Dajjal, and he is close to the end of his mission. Children at school should live to see a man who rules over Israel tomorrow. Because Israel is going to wage big wars and take over from the United States. And when Israel wages those big wars and takes over from the United States, and the US dollar collapses and the US economy collapses, and you know there's no more gold in Fort Knox, where did the gold go? Oh, why don't you ask Israel? Then a man will stand up in Jerusalem to declare, I am the Messiah. That man is Dajjal. But before the big wars can be waged, Israel does not want to wage big wars and appear as an aggressor. No. Israel wants to wage her big wars and make it appear to the world we're only defending ourselves. And so the Arab uprisings take place, and we commend them for standing up against oppression. But why was the Egyptian armed forces so suspiciously docile? And now, when elections take place in Egypt, we can predict that the Islamic movement is going to win with a landslide majority, because that's what they want. Why would Israel be smiling when an Islamic government comes to Egypt, and then the domino effect takes place in Tunisia, and in Yemen, and Syria, and Jordan? Why? Why? The answer is because the Islamic governments in the Arab world will have to support, besiege Gaza, break the siege of Gaza, support the Palestinian Arabs, and then Israel will cry out, and CNN will cry out, and Al Jazeera, which is CNN's sister, will cry out. Terrorism! Islam is rising! Islam poses a threat to Israel, and Islam is a menace to the world. And so it should not be long again before these events occur, and Israel takes over the world. But we, our people, cannot wait on you, the scholars of Islam, the ulama. We can't wait on you anymore. You must give us the explanation from the Quran, so that our people will not remain in a state of confusion and be taken for a ride by pseudo-scholars who sing for their supper. Of course, the supper is paid with US dollars. What is that explanation? We have given the explanation in this book. The Prophet said, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, that the last people to come out to Dajjal will be women. Are you going to be angry with him for that? Our sisters in the world of Islam who have taken up the cause of the feminist movement, are you going to be angry with the Prophet for that? Do you have more knowledge than he has? Is he a male chauvinist now? He said that the last people to come out, the Dajjal, will be women. And a man would have to return to his home and his family and tie down his wife and sister and daughter to protect them from Dajjal, to coercively restrain them, to protect them from Dajjal. Are you going to be angry with Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam? Then kindly part company from us. Because what this hadith indicates is that women who fall under the influence of Dajjal, not all will do that. No, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, we have sisters in Islam who cannot be seduced by Dajjal, who will not give up the hijab, not for anything. What this hadith indicates is that women who come under the influence of Dajjal are going to be brainwashed. I don't know whether you have a term in Bahasa for that. You do? Brainwashed. Meaning, you could talk as much as you want. You will not be able to convince them. It's an exercise in futility because they are brainwashed. Talking to them and warning them is like throwing water on the back of a duck. It'll just flow off. Brainwashed. They will lose the capacity for rational thinking and become like robots in the hands of Dajjal. And this is why you have to coercively restrain them, tie them down, to protect your sister, your daughter, your wife, who's now trapped by Dajjal. We say that this is the explanation, this hadith, this is the explanation of a modern Western feminist revolution which is taking the world by storm for the last 100 years and more. We say that Dajjal is the mastermind of the modern Western feminist revolution. You may differ with us because you are brainwashed. So your differences with us makes no difference to us because you're incapable of rational understanding when Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam has spoken in the way that he has spoken. Don't be angry with me tonight. I have a job to do.